because they was with you shooting in the gym. And so when you see a woman that pop up with a list like this, you need to automatically disqualify her because she is
Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, spirit of the beast sleeping inside our people to awaken. I call for the spirit of warfare to come sit upon the south side. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. All of your tricks, all of your schemes, evil dreams, and all of your lies, all of your murdering my people in the scheme of things just seems to be buying us time. Time to repair, prepare, and shake this irrational fear of you. Time for us to shave our hair to prepare for the final fight with you. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. Murder is your pleasure, kill for less. A devil tester, evil tester, nigga blesser. Always running with the beast. Whenever you get around, bullets flying, people dying, baby crying. Hear the siren, all destruction must increase. Government cooperation and alignment. Your assignment is to murder all the people of originality. You are never to be trusted. So disgusting is your presence. Manchurian candidate will destroy new society. Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here.
What's going on, man? Been a good long while since I've been on here. Good long while, man. Deciding to come back. I was going to change my approach, but you know, since the whole revolutionary thing is pretty much, you know, in the undercurrents now. We're going a different direction. So, in order for us to build proper families and you know, a so-called nation or whatever, we gotta have families. And if we don't have proper individuals to create the families, we're not going to have families. So this is where we are. We got to do some house cleaning. And, you know, my channel is now about the upliftment of men, you know, not downing, you know, the females, whatever, but we got to concentrate on ourselves so we can sharpen us and make us look good. So then when it comes time for us to deal with the females, you know, we can deal with them, and we can deal in honesty and truth, and we can say what we need to say and make our requests known, and those things be, you know, respected, because we're not getting respect out here. So we're gonna move like that. We got some Anton Daniels. You know, we're gonna react to some Anton Daniels going on. I like him. He's a real classy businessman, intellectual type of dude. You know, we need intellectuals. We need, you know, I think he's a programmer. He's a AKA code writer. You know, that's me too. What is this? What is this? Anyway, yeah, we're gonna react to some Anton Daniels, and we're gonna see what he's talking about. A lot of things he talks about is, you know, the betterment of, you know, the man, the male, turning us into viable individuals, you know, to be taken seriously in the business and marketing place. Like, what else are we supposed to be doing out here? You know, we have seen since the 90s us doing, you know, goofy stuff, going to jail for foolery, you know, creating children and leaving them and doing all kind of crazy things. You know, that's being our story. Being on drugs, you know, dropping out of school. That's not the greatest part of us, but that's the part of us that is most widely broadcast. And we want to put some of these stereotypes to the grave, if you will, because it's time for us to look different as black men and males. It's time for us to walk a different way. We need to become more professional. We need to have more skills. We need to have more ability, and, you know, command that respect, because we don't really have it. And before we can build a nation, we need to have, you know, ourselves together, you know, and that's what I intend to highlight on my channel. How we can get skills, get some money, build ourselves, you know, build our confidence and get that respect like we should. Okay. So put L, Mr. Anton. Here we go. Mr. Anton, speaking about the transition into your 40s and the importance of knowing the difference between when you should be moving as a man and when you should be done with the playing and the foolery and the games. You know, let's see.
To the career path that they pick, the subjected themselves to, being son husbands, and then your cultural norms as far as the things that you adopted and the people that you surrounded yourself with, who you made your friends, and the things that you listen to every single day. You starting to look at different podcasts and your algorithm. In my late 20s, late 20s, early 30s, and the reason why guys are just starting to get themselves together when they get into their 30s is not because they don't have themselves together as far as what they want to do, but it's because they have to unlearn all of our cultural norms and all of the stuff that they subjected themselves to, including the women that they talk to, the career path that they pick, the religion that they then subjected themselves to, being son husbands, and then your cultural norms as far as the things that you adopted and the people that you surrounded yourself with, who you made your friends, and the things that you listen to every single day. You starting to look at different podcasts, and your algorithm is changing, and you switching up who it is that you following on Instagram, and people feeling a certain type of way, and women that you thought was dope, they ain't dope no more, and all of this stuff, right? You're having a pre-midlife crisis that then is forcing you. God is dealing with you at that point because he's helping you to realize you had it all wrong and your kingship is a little bit different. And you actually are convicted in your spirit. You working and you striking on the UAW when you fighting for a fair wage, but you know you never going to really get out of it because the interest rates, and you then had to crash out, and your credit score got to be fixed and all of this stuff. And then you run into me. And then you run into me, and when you first meet me, you fight me because you actually don't like me, because I then tell you the thing that nobody else told you, but it's not feeling good for you because it forces you to look in the mirror instead of looking out the window and pointing and saying it's somebody else's fault. And Anton's trying to get you to draw out of the victim Olympics and get out of that bad space and that dark space that you've been in for your whole life. And you prayed to God, hey, show me a sign, give me something, I want a better life. And he gave it to you when you fighting against it, but it's okay because I'm going to get you there. And when most people meet me, especially guys, when they first meet me, they say, I didn't like you when I first met you, but I actually realized that you probably better for me than anybody that came before me. You better for me than my father. It's a fact, though. Better for me than my father. Because my father was simping and was saying, happy wife, happy life, or he might not have even been in my life, but you the first person that then told me the truth. You didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. You told me what was best for me. And this is the phase that you start to realize that the things that you thought was dope, including the women that you subjected yourself to, was trash. It's trash. And you are going to go through that phase. But let me help you to understand something too. And this is for every guy that's listening, no matter how old that you are. When you vet for a woman, you are not vetting for the man that you are today. You vetting for the man that you're going to become. And is she worthy to take this journey with you?
I'm gonna say he's totally factual on that. That we vet women totally wrong, and we have been don't mind my pauses. I'm checking my feed and not being on here in a while. I'm kind of getting back used to it. We vet women totally wrongly out here. We out here in our feelings, and in the beginning it should not be about feelings. Yes, be a human being. Yes, think of the loving ideals and all of this stuff. Yeah, think about that. But we need to think about where we are going to be and what this person is going to what position this person that we are interested in is going to hold in our life. That's the things we should be thinking about. And will they be a good fit? Because, as you being married to people are going to change. People are going to grow. Ideals will change. Beliefs will change. Your body going to change, absolutely, especially these days when people don't take care of themselves. Everybody eating wrong, okay? Uh, Stuff changes. Nothing stays the same. And when you have a group of people like this generation who is raised up in the weakest ways possible, it seems like everybody is quitting long before anything can be proven. Like you meet up with somebody today, you're in your feelings. Y'all start doing, y'all start doing the physical things that get babies here. Okay? All of a sudden, she gets in her feelings, she don't like you anymore. She leave you, got your brand new baby, going on to the next. Rinse and repeat. Broken families galore. This is our cycle. And we start out like this. We don't tell our daughters and our sons, what we should do better at all. Like I've heard people say, well, I can't tell my daughter and my son what to do with the relationship. You should. And this is where we have gone wrong. Like our last two generations of elders, they failed us tremendously. Tremendous failure. In the 50s and 60s, our parents used to help us in finding, partners and mates for our life. They would help us. Why? Because they knew it's important. The person you choose for the rest of your life can either, as a man, get you to the win or set you back to the place where you have to rebuild your life. And this is where most of us have been today. We are extremely set back out here, and it makes no sense how most of us cannot see it. So I'm glad Mr. Anton Daniels is on here speaking about it. He's like, a continuation of Mr. Kevin Sam. We needed more men like him. Lots of people hated Kevin Sam for whatever reason, but I take it as the hate for Kevin Sam and dudes like Anton Daniels is men are being awakened out of our simpery, our simpful ways, if you will. Like you say, sinful ways. Our simpful ways, we've been awakened out of those. And women are discovering that they will no longer be able to play with us, play foolish games with us, waste our time, do stupid stuff to us and think there's no consequence, think they have a guaranteed place with us because they got kids with us or what, woo to woo. No. I'm glad. The games are being exposed. The foolery is being exposed. Black males are on the social media scene telling our stories and telling our experiences, and it's waking up the younger men, the young boys, and they're listening to our stories. These are the things our fathers should have been telling us. But I'm glad Mr. Anton is speaking on this. I'm totally glad. Let's continue.
It ain't about taking her to no restaurant. It ain't about proving yourself to her. It's about whether or not she's worthy to take this journey with you, because it's going to be a phenomenal journey. The process is for her. The process is for you. The destination is for everybody else. That's why it's called the present, because it's a gift. And when you live in it and you see the people that go through it with you, those are the ones that then qualify themselves to then get all of the fruits and all of the greatness and the frankincense and myrrh and all of the good things that you are to become, because they was with you shooting in the gym. And so when you see a woman that pop up with a list like this, You need to automatically disqualify her because she is not worthy of being in your presence. And that's a fact, though. Not worthy to being in your presence. Not a sweet spot. The sweet spot for men. Because you thought it was in your early 20s. And when you see those guys and they say, man, remember when we used to be great? And remember when we used to bust down all of the hoes? I just walk on by. You know why? Because I'm not basking in what it is that we used to do. The greatest days for me is ahead of me, not behind. I'm not living in the past. I'm not reminiscing because my days are better behind me than they are in front of me. And the reason that is for most people is because the decisions, remember when I was telling you earlier in this stream that the decisions that you make when you're younger, even when it comes from a financial perspective, the reason why they incentivize you to start investing in yourself young is because it then compounds and you become richer and your net worth goes up more and it's a much faster growth curve because you've made the investment. It's like throwing a pebble down a mountain and it starts to get that snowball. And then by the time it starts to get into that 10-year, 15-year, 20-year range, it's just moving. It's just moving. And the decisions that you make when you're 20, which is one of the reasons I keep telling y'all to stop subjecting yourselves to these women for the streets and stop just looking at the outside in order to vet for them or whether or not they're going to be a good mother or they're going to be a shooting in the gym type of chick or they're going to be loyal or they're going to be for you, is because as you age, the decisions that you make in your 20s and your 30s, they become exponentially more pronounced as you get older because if you made bad decisions, you're going to have to eat that. You'll never be able to get off that felony. You'll never be able to get rid of that kid. You'll never not be able to be on child support. You'll never not be tied to that woman through the child that you had with her that you never should have been with in the first place. The decisions that you make when you're younger are the ones that stick with you and they become exponentially more of who you are as you get older. So when you made good decisions, and this is one of the reasons why we need to champion the nerds. We need to champion the corny dudes. We need to champion the dudes that reserve themselves. We need to champion the ones that's a lot more disciplined. We need to flip the culture from being bad to good and good to bad because what's bad is bad and what's good is good. Is because those are the ones that become the doctors. Those are the ones that become great. Those are the ones that have the options. Those are the ones that continue to grow and become the leaders of tomorrow. And they have the options exponentially more than you do because you thought that you was cool and you still calling him man, he was a lame when we was in high school. Nigga, you a lame for the rest of your life.
So he said something that I've personally gone through as, you know, as a younger man when I was married, 20 years ago. Well, not 20 years ago, but 13. When you meet women who don't have all right, as you starting out as a young man or woman, your foundation is your parents, and their foundation is their parents. If you have those foundations intact and those foundations are good and not shaky, then you have a 50-50 chance of succeeding. You really do. But when you are born to single parents and misfit parents, you got an 85% chance of failing. And that's where most of us have been. Okay? I can truly say that when I was married at 21, I knew nothing about life at all. I was green, I was fresh in the Marines, and All I knew was what my mama told me about love. If you find a young woman and she's your friend, then y'all get along good and everything is smooth, then you can marry that woman. And I kind of believed that. I kind of believed it, and I did just that. I married somebody who I thought was my friend. Whoop de whoop. Getting into it as we started to learn each other. She knew I had talents and skills. I was a musician. I was a science major, electronics engineering, and I play the instruments. I sing. I create the music. Y'all heard my songs, but early on, she was thinking that's what I was going to be. But truthfully speaking, it never panned out that I got a deal from anybody. I could have, but it did not. So, in her eye, me doing the music and dealing with that type of thing was futile, and I should have never, even embarked upon it, because there was no benefit for her, basically. So when he speaks of the process, you always want a woman that can be with you through the process. And we hear a lot on social media that that our black women will say, "Oh, well, these dusty dudes want us to stick around while they nothing, and then they're gonna leave us for the white girl." No. Most black men are in relationships with black women. That's about 80 to 85% of black men are in, black relationships. Okay? We got that 10%, 15% of those who are not. Okay? But most of us are in black relationships. We kind of look at athletes and movie stars as the rule, because they are the exception. But most of us, we stay with the women we start with from the bottom. That's most of us. Okay? I wanted a woman that I could have from the bottom and create the empire and have her, be truly deserving of whatever she got once we were on the top. That's what you want. Because what sense does it make for you to, as a man, come and do all of this work, do all of this studying, all of this crying, all of this, neglecting your social life and not going to parties and whoop whoop, and you're studying, you're doing what you got to do to build yourself up as a man. Because if you come off your square and you get caught off guard by some goofy female, or you drunk or on some drugs or whatever the hell, and then you have a kid with this individual and she end up for the streets, your life is ruined. Okay? This is where we are, mostly. Most of us is this. Okay? If we do not get that woman that's for us while we're at the bottom, more than likely, we need to, leave that situation alone. And they're complaining a lot about, them having to deal with struggle love and all of that. Well, how the saying goes in the Bible, if you suffer with me, you shall reign with me. That's what the Christ said in the book. Those who suffer with the Christ during life, people calling you a hypocrite or some crazy junk for going to church and clapping your hands and praising and whoop de whoop, there's a reward for that. All them Sundays and Bible study and all them Sundays I had to play and whoop de whoop. Yeah, there's a reward for that. It's the same thing with relationships. You coming every day. I'm going to work. You taking care of the house while I'm gone. We struggling, yeah, but I'm bringing that money home so we can build each other up. Okay, bet. You did a whole time. All of a sudden, I come into $1 million deal. You didn't step out on me no time. You never talked down to me any old kind of way. You never compared me to some other dude who was winning. Okay? Women do that a lot. That's why I have no true agreement with females having male friends, because there's no such thing, really. There's no such thing. I don't believe in it. But anyway, if you have that woman that's sticking with you while you're on the bottom, more than likely, she's loyal. You know, everybody is going to, you know, do their little dirt or whatever the hell. She might step out. She might do some craziness. She might, because you never know these days. Yeah. Somebody said, Rusty L, please speak louder. My phone does not work as well. Let me see. Rusty L, please speak louder. My phone does not work as well. Yeah, my sound is working pretty good, man. I got my phone next to me and it's playing through my phone on the output. But yeah, if we have that woman on our side that is with us from the start of whatever we're doing, and she's down with us and she's helping us do things, and you know, she's down for the cause no matter what, basically that's marriage vows, which is another segue. Most women these days, when you look at the relationship, you can pretty much tell whether this woman it's blatantly obvious now. Like, when these people are making those social media videos about their marriages and they're videoing it, and the people are not wanting to say the vows, like the woman, she didn't want to say, oh, you know, do you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband, and, you know, for richer, for poor, sickness, and in health, till death do you part, all the days of your life. Will you obey your husband and listen to whatever he says? They don't want to do that. They do not want any of that. They want the fanfare. They want all the attention and the looking nice in the wedding dress. Should not be white, because most of them being with every dude imaginable. You need to have on a red dress. But anyway, I digress. Some of them need a whole witch's outfit, I tell you. But this, they don't want to say no vows. There is no for richer or for poor. Cross that one out, because if they talking about you don't have no money, then you can't talk to me. It's not for richer or for poor. Dang near from not until death do you part. Because they have a kid with you this week, you know, next year they met, you know, another sweatpants man, and now they after him. So there's no more till death do you part. You know, there's absolutely no sickness and in health, because you got so many women leaving their husbands while they're on cancer. Dude done worked all of these years taking care of you. Now he come, you know, he tripped and fell and broke his back a little bit. Now you can't help the man. Oh, you out looking for another man. Like, no, there's no in sickness and in health. So pretty much all the vows are out to the window. And we all know for diddly damn sure they not obeying, they not listening. They're not listening. You can't ask these women to be like, hey, you gonna listen to me, you know, when I'm asking you to do stuff. You know, I'm out here trying to protect and provide for you, you know, and be your leader and be your priest and what, you know, lead you to the Most High and the Creator and all this stuff. They don't want to hear none of that. They do not want to hear any of that. First thing they say, oh, protect black women. All right, bet. How? How are we going to do that? They don't know what protection is. They don't know what provision is. They think provision is just money. No, provision has many different levels. There's a wisdom level, there's a spiritual level of provision, you know, there's a teacher's level of provision. You're providing, teachings of many different types and kinds. Okay. Then obviously there's financial provision. There's about 4 levels of provision. Spiritual, physical, financial, and just basic wisdom. Okay? If I say, hey man, I'm gonna need you to not put those clothes on today. If we going out somewhere, fine. We got security going on, I bet. I don't like it, but you can get your little, jiggle on when you're with me. When you out by yourself, nah, we're not doing that. First thing you hear, blah, 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 blah. You want to talk. They want to carry on. I can do what I want. My body, my choice. I bet. Do you? But then, you want to get on the cell phone and cry because somebody assaulted you or whatever. And then they say, well, why would you make that inference? Are you blaming the victim? No. But I'm also not going to say you're a total victim, because if I was a millionaire and I go back to my hood and I know everybody hungry, and I say, let me wear $30,000 around my neck and on my hands and fingers when people barely got car payments that's made, would I be wrong to say those people was wrong for robbing me? I kind of asked for it. We live in an evil world. We live in a world where people have no self-control. So why would you give the idea of free something that somebody wants, okay, to individuals who have no self-control? Okay? Now apply that to women. Why would you be out here walking around with all your special pieces and parts just out for every pervert to see? Some people was raised up like animals. We have to dress accordingly. Just like when we're on the road, we have to drive accordingly. That's protection. That's provision. So, they don't understand these things. They have no clue. And it's all a part of the plan. Our fathers were removed from the homes. If their fathers were in the homes, I guarantee you they would know what true protection was. Because their father would say, hey, you're not going outside looking like that. Pretty much. And what you gonna do? Nothing. The reason why they like this is because they're mamas. As a security person, I watch mama and daughter come in the club with the same outfit on. Mamas and daughters are in competition with each other for the same dudes. That's freaking disgusting and sad. So until we can get rid of the type of dudes that they're in competition for, we will never clean up our society, because it's these same low-life individuals who these females are choosing. That's where all of these kids are coming from. It's 15% of the population. This is a certain type of man these females are choosing. So, Anton is right. When we vet wrong, we end up messing up our lives as men. Vetting is not about feelings when you're dealing with a woman, when you're trying to choose a woman. Vetting is not about, I love you, whoop-de-whoop. Vetting is about, if worst came to worst, where would you be? If I've been going to the job for 10 years, same job, getting promoted, doing what I got to do, missing time at home with you and the kids, okay? Stacking this money up. We got 500, 700,000 in the bank. All of a sudden, I crash. Leg gone. Arm gone. I'm in a coma for 6 months. I forgot what my name is. Are you gonna be there? Or you gonna skip off with the money and pull the plug on me? These are the questions of vetting. The hard questions. If they get angry about you asking these questions and making these, these ideals known, they not the one. Straight like that, man. It's time for some warfare in a different kind of way. I'm still the war god. Yeah. We're gonna do this warfare in the house now. We gotta get the house straight. Get us together. Time to put the war clothes on. Okay? Mr. Anton Daniels. Love that dude. We need more like him. Anyway, I will be back. We're going to build my channel. I'm gonna need everybody to like and share and subscribe, if you will. We're gonna be cool, calm, and collective over here. We're going to go over trade skills. We are going to be going over building Fire Nation. Okay. There's lots of things I will have going on. Lots of things we're gonna have going on. We got Fire Nation IDs coming out. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see? Let's see. There you go. Fire Nation IDs. There's mine. Here's the back of mine. There you go. Yeah. Stainless steel. Yeah. We're gonna build a nation, man. But we're going to build a nation with select individuals. We're going to be discussing trade skills, degrees, knowledge bases, skills, different skill sets. Whether you're a programmer, you can, AKA code writer, what technical degrees you may have. Are you a roboticist? Are you an engineer? Are you a chemical engineer? What type of, skills you have in the engineering. We need all different types and kinds of engineers. We need doctors, lawyers, people who know the governmental things, people who know the ins and outs of the secrets and whoop whoop. People who have been in the ranks of the military like myself and others. We need the higher echelons. We need 50,000 of us. We're gonna put our money together. We're gonna come up with this $1 trillion. Did the calculations already? We're gonna do it. We're going to do it. And we're going to make some amazing things. It's just going to take the strong determination, some steadfastness to sidestep all the naysayers that's gonna come. Trust, they coming. Wait till you see what I got going on and what I've been planning. I've been away for a while. I've been writing and doing stuff. I know I said the language was coming, but it's hard doing everything alone. Got no work, no workers. So it's just me. Stuff is on the way. I will be selling these things online. They will be digital. Some will be physical, like the clocks and these Fire Nation IDs, stainless steel. But those will be part of the nation type thing. But yeah, all the classes and the class tools will be digital. And if you want a physical item from the digital, you can request that. But these things are coming. Trust. Being away, raising a kid, doing the work, working, and creating things on the low. This is the struggles of manhood, you know, and we black out here too. So, with all that said, I love you all. I hope to gather up more steam and gather more viewers. You know, please help me do that. Remember the times past. Remember the crazy things we did. We're gonna do greater stuff than that. Alright? Love y'all. Peace.
Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. I call upon the spirit of the beast sleeping inside our people to awaken. I call for the spirit of warfare to come sit upon the south side. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. All of your tricks, all of your schemes, evil dreams, and all of your lies, all of your murdering my people in the scheme of things just seems to be buying us time. Time to prepare, and shake this irrational fear of you. Time for us to shave our hair to prepare for the final fight with you. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. Murder is your pleasure, kill for lesser. Devil tester, evil tester, nigga blesser. Always running with the beast. Whenever you get around, bullets flying, people dying, baby crying. Hear the siren, all destruction must increase. Government cooperation and alignment. Your assignment is to murder all the people of originality. You are never to be trusted. So disgusting is your presence. Manchurian candidate will destroy new society. Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan